Hello, the Spencer family. Welcome. Thank you for joining me tonight. I appreciate you coming. How are you doing? I always give people a couple of minutes to come in. I know people are getting off work. Hey, Jasmine, welcome. Hello, hello, hello. Hope everybody had a great day. Oh gosh, I am burning up hot. Hello, hello, hello. Normally I give people 5 minutes to come in, so it is what it is. I changed the time today to 7:30 because I had some things to do. So I am running in here trying to get this ready. So, Jasmine, how are you doing? I'm trying to watch you from my phone as well. Thank you, Curly Sue. It won't be like this tomorrow. Thank you so much, but it will not last. I'm surprised it's lasted this long. Normally it's like falls right away. I'm glad you're feeling better. Well, I see 6 people in the chat. 3 are in the live. 2 are in the live. So if you're in the woods, welcome as well. In the bushes, the woods, the trees, the sky, the airplane, the bathroom, your car. Just don't drive and look at a live. I just appreciate you guys being here. We're going to get started in a few minutes. Once I cool down, I am so hot. I won't ever go for my walk before I go live again. Ooh. Oh. Thank you so much, my sister that just texted me. You know who you are. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So we're going to go ahead and get started. What time is it? It's 7:35. Yeah, right on time. I'll give people about 5 minutes to get in. So Jasmine, it looks like it's just you and I and the Spencer family. She's in here. They're in here, but I think they may be doing some other things as well. So I'm just going to start talking. And as people come in, I will just welcome them. So thumbs up the live, please. I have one, and it's on, Jasmine. It's called, when you get to a certain age, don't matter what you put on, AC. Plus, I cannot tolerate the heat, so it is what it is. I have a little fan, too. It's somewhere around here. It's not giving me much relief. So we'll just start talking, and then as people come in, as I said, I will welcome them. So just please thumbs up the live. I appreciate each and every one of you that are in here, whether you're in the woods, in the chat, in the bushes, wherever you are. You made a decision to come here and chat with me today, and I really appreciate you. So we're going to talk today about, this is a follow-up. As usual, my lives start with, I do a content on Monday, and then on Wednesday, I follow up with a live. You're the opposite. You're always cold. Mm-mm. Nope. I don't even wear a coat, Jasmine. I don't wear a coat. I don't. No matter how cold it gets, I don't wear a coat. I just can't. And I definitely can't drive in a coat because I'm all bundled up. So no, I never wear a coat. So again, this is a follow-up from my content on Monday. And I'm still going to give it a few minutes before I start talking. I do see 7 people in the chat now. So thank you so much for joining me. And I will say that, and you'll probably hear me say this quite a bit during this live, I'm not a doctor. And if you are to try any treatment, any kind of treatment, any kind of food plan, any kind of diet plan, any kind of exercise fitness. Hey, Jazzy Nicole. Hey, sis, how you doing? Please consult your physician before doing anything. There is a situation right now. I was reading a medical journal, and there is a situation where a person took the advice of someone else that had the similar symptoms that they had. They started doing the treatments and things that the person was doing and ended up making matters worse. So please do not try anything before you talk to your doctors first. That's what they get paid the bucks for, you know. Little on me don't make no money like that. So don't do that. Please don't. Because I have nothing to give but advice. And that's all I look at it as, advice. So as we are talking with the two Jasmine and Jazzy in the chat, I know Jasmine suffers with fatigue. What about you, Jazzy? Do you have problem? Because you team no sleep too. No matter what time I get up in the middle of the night and get on somebody's live, guess who's in there? Jazzy Nicole. So she's absolutely team no sleep as well. Hey, Taylor, welcome. How are you doing? I appreciate you coming in. Now, Taylor, do you also deal with fatigue, being fatigued? So I'm having to watch the live from my phone and from StreamYard. There's a delay with StreamYard. So if you're saying something, it may take a minute before it pops up on my StreamYard. So I try to look at both, but it depends on how into the content I am, if I see it or not. I'm glad to see you're doing well, John Taylor. Glad to see you're doing well. So I'll go ahead and just start saying, so with fatigue, it is no joke. It's no joke. It is something that I deal with daily. When I say daily, it's never a day that I get up and I feel like I'm well rested or that I've slept at all, which I probably did not, because a lot of you see me get on YouTube in the weird hours of the night too. So your mom has insomnia, okay? Did she take any kind of treatment with her insomnia, Taylor? And has she gone to a sleep study? So here's something funny, guys. I went to a sleep study for the first time. And when I went to the sleep study, they called me the night before and said, yeah, you have to be here by 11 o'clock tomorrow night. And everything lights goes out at 12 o'clock. No phones, no TV, no radio. Everything goes off at midnight. And I said, midnight? I said, so I can't look at my phone or anything? No, you can't even bring your phone into the sleep study. And I said, well, that's weird because I don't sleep. So I guess I'll just look up at the ceiling all night and count sheep or count the cracks in the ceiling or whatever, because I don't sleep. Thank you, Spencer family. Thank you. I appreciate it. I really do appreciate you on that. And Spencer family, I do have you on my list, y'all. I have a goodie list that I have put together, and I'll tell you guys about my schedule. So you're on the list as well as Jasmine, of course, and then Jazz and Nicole. Jazz and Nicole, I have you starting up, and you know what that means. So, know what a sleep study. Not okay, yeah, a sleep study. Now, some places will give you a sleep study, and they pay you to do sleep studies. My brother did a sleep study. They ask you a host of questions. There's no medication involved. Sure, Jasmine. There's no medications involved. And what they will do is they watch you. They monitor you all night. How many times you toss and turn. How many times you get up to use the bathroom. How many times you're just sitting there wide awake. So halfway through, not even halfway through, I got there at midnight. And by 3 o'clock, they were like, you're welcome, Jazz and Nicole. You really don't sleep. So we're going to go ahead and let you go because this is a waste of your time. This is not something that we could help you with. So they assigned me to a doctor that actually studies sleep patients. And I went in to see him. And the funny thing, I dropped the link for you, Jasmine. So I went in to see him, and it was a joke. He says, these are some of the things that you can do to help you sleep. I was like, okay, sure. I want to sleep. So he gives me the list, and he's telling me these things. He says, what time do you go to bed? I don't know. I try to go to bed about midnight. This is way back when I was working and going to school. I said, I will, they didn't want to waste it. Yeah, exactly. That is a good thing, Jazzy, because some of them will try to get the money. He said to me, okay, so why don't you have a set schedule to go to bed? I said, I didn't think people really did that. So do any of you guys have a set schedule to go to bed? I know nobody on YouTube has a set schedule. I know absolutely nobody on YouTube have a set schedule because I see too many of y'all out in the middle of the night. But do you try to go to bed at a certain time? That was the first question he asked. So, I see you, Jasmine. Hang on, honey. So with that, anybody in here, if you have a set time, Jasmine, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. If you have a set
schedule to go to bed, because I don't.
You don't have a schedule time? Yeah, I know you're one of the ones that are with me up the night. So that was the first thing he said. So if you don't have a schedule, let's see. Taylor says my mom used to read 2 or 3 books a week because of her. Exactly, Taylor. Exactly. I have a book, guys, in every room in my house that I relax in. So in my sunroom, you see my bookcase behind me. I take a book and I read. And wherever I stop, and if I go to another room, I got a book in there. And I'll pick the book up and start wherever I left off. And they're different books. So they said, well, that was the first thing. He says, you should have a schedule for when you go to bed. And I was like, that's easier said than done. And I thought basically women that have children, they have a time to go to bed. Like whenever baby goes to bed, they jump in to get into bed because they know baby's going to get up in 2 hours. So, but as they get older, they try to set a schedule for the child. So when they're going off to school or daycare, whatever, they get their sleep. But babies nap a lot. So when I sleep, I call it a baby nap because I will nap just like a baby. If 2 hours, I'm doing good. In the middle of the night, my husband will turn over and he'll look and he'll see me on my laptop. I can't even watch TV as a way of going to sleep because I don't watch TV. And it doesn't help anyway.
You don't.
That's why if you guys ever get mentioned at 4 o'clock in the morning, I'm literally still up and awake.
I've seen you leave comments at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. And I just pray, especially when I used to do Facebook all the time. I'm like, oh God, I hope nobody has their phone where it wakes them up because I'm responding at 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. And with me doing that, some people have those alerts on their phone and it wakes them up or their whole room lights up. So back to the doctor, what he asked, he said, so if you don't have a sleep time, what does your time pattern look like? I said, well, I get home from work. I do homework. I cook dinner while I'm doing homework. Sometimes I go to the gym before I come home. Then when I get home, I cook dinner, we eat dinner, and then I go through the mail, and then I take my shower and get ready for bed. He says, oh, I said, but another thing, if I don't go to the gym after work, I find a way to work out before I go to bed, because I find that when I work out before bed, it did help me to go to sleep. But that hasn't been the case in a while. My bedtime is usually 10 or 10:30. 9 is too early. That's what Taylor said. 9 is too early. So he started telling me, so I'm just going to run down the list of things he said. He said, okay, so you need to schedule a time to go to bed. He says, but what is keeping you from going into a complete relaxation mode? So I don't know, because at one time I was working a lot from home, and I know the people that are working from home now, they are catching pure heck. They are really catching it. So because when I would get off work, I'm still thinking, oh my goodness, I got to send this mail out for this customer. I got to send their disclosures out. I got to send them a redisclosure. I got to order the appraisal, order the title, call the closing company. And I had a list of things to do lists that start out like this in the morning. By the end of the day, it's like this. And because I am that type of person, I have to get everything done on that list. If I don't get it done, I'm up until I get it done. So that's problem number one. It's good to have a things to do list, but don't pile it high. Only do what you can do in the time frame that you have to do it in. Because for me, I'm like, I got all this stuff. I would have, for example, I have a things to do list now. All that stuff on there.
Oh no.
Before I go to bed. So that was one of the things he said also was, what do you do? And don't pile your things to do list. I don't like to be defeated. I am a competitive person. And so I do not like to be that person that says, she didn't finish what she said. She didn't send me an email like she said she was going to do. And I took that at heat. And I was like, well, I got to slow down. But when you're in sales, that was the other thing. I was in outside sales. So the early bird catches the worm. But the biggest thing is, if you say you're going to do something, you better do it, because you'll never get anything out of that customer again. So I would have customers calling me at 10, 11, 12, especially if they work the night shift. And I was like, oh, well, just call me. I'm up anyway, so just call me if you need something. And the customers would call. I had a customer call me at 1 a.m. And he was like, hey, I just realized that you called me today, and I'm just calling you back. I said, bro, not at 1 a.m. First of all, you're a man calling my phone at midnight, after midnight. So let my husband answer that phone. Lucky for him, it was a business phone, so he knew it was business. And it wasn't a problem with him, but it was a problem that you call me after midnight. Unless I talked to you earlier that day and you said, hey, I don't get off until 1 o'clock. I'll call you when I get off. Is that okay? Yes, because I really need to talk to you, because I need to get your loan closed. That was no problem. But people don't take that into good ways, and they just don't do what they're supposed to do anyway. Okay, so that was the other thing. He said to schedule my time to go to bed. He said, don't overload your things to do list. And then he said, well, what time do you stop eating? You asked the wrong person, because sometimes I'm team no eat. Yesterday, for example, I went the whole day and forgot to eat. And I forgot who I was talking to. And I'm like, what do you mean you forgot to eat? No, that was Monday. That was me. I said, oh, I forget to eat all the time. He said, well, when you do eat, what time do you cut that off? I said, well, I cut it off about I technically try to cut it off at 7, but because I'm up busy doing things, that 7 o'clock rule don't work for me because I'm always running and running it off. So I stop and give myself 2 hours before I go to sleep. He said, okay. He said, well, what about lights? Do you have lights on in the house? I say, my house is completely dark at night. I have no lights on in the house, period. I get up in the middle of the night. That's why if somebody leaves their shoes in the middle of the floor and I trip over it, I get highly ticked because I can turn lights on. And I have everything stationed. And I don't like to call myself OCD, but I'm that person that need everything to be lined up correctly, the same direction, everything color coordinated, short, medium, tall. That's me. So I got the furniture arranged in a certain way. So if I get up and I stomp my toe, I'm mad because I know where everything is in my house. I've been here over 30 years. So I know. He says, so you have no lights on? I say, no, absolutely none. He says, what about a TV? I said, what about it? I don't even watch TV. He said, but do you have a TV on? I said, used to. I turn it off and I can't sleep when my TV is off. He said, really? I said, yes, I cannot sleep when my TV is turned off. And that happened years ago when I was at home here by myself and my husband was out of town working and he was gone for months at a time. And I'm here in the house with the dogs, but I had to have some type of noise. Now, when I have the TV on, it's so low that you cannot hear it. I can hear just a peep, but that's it. But I had to have some kind of activity going on in the house. That's exactly what it is, Taylor. Chronic fatigue syndrome.
Mm-hmm.
And so anyway, that was the other thing he asked. So Taylor, what he's trying to do is figure out why I couldn't sleep. So he was asking me these questions to see what I could do to change to help me to sleep. So we got past the TV and the eating and the exercise and the things to do list. And then he says to me, he says, well, do you have someone in your house that snores really loud? I don't know. He said, what do you mean you don't know? I said, because by the time I come up to bed, everybody's knocked out. So I just turn the TV on and just make it do what it do. So, hey, Sarah Rose. Hey, dear, how you doing? Welcome. So he asked about that. So he gave me these lists and none of that worked. And then he says, well, what can I do to help you? I said, well, I try to read, but I have too many books to read. He says, and I say, and again, I want to finish everything that I start. And he says, well, why don't you stop opening up a book in every room and just take one book around the room with you and just finish that? Hey, Shannon. Hey, welcome.
Hello, Shannon.
I said, well, I guess I could try that. Nothing worked. And I had a video that I wanted to show you guys, but it kept getting knocked down. So I can't put it on YouTube. It tells you how your brain disconnects and your body doesn't connect to tell you to go to sleep. And it's a video that I got from the Multiple Sclerosis Society as an ambassador, but YouTube told me no. So I did not put it out. Now, I am willing to share the link with you guys, and then you guys could use that and go check it out for those of you that are going for being fatigued. But because I cannot, they do not want me to put it on YouTube because it's a doctor's video. But I'm like, I'm an ambassador for this doctor. And it's like, well, no. I said, the doctor gave me the permission to do so. Well, no, other people are involved with it and this is because there are other people the person that he's examining has to give their permission and so on and so forth. So I told the doctor, I said, he's not gonna let me use it. He said, well, I'll just put it out there. I said, well, don't come to my channel and do it because I don't want to get shut down. Because they have told me no. Taylor said, so you had the doctor just didn't know what it was. Correct, Taylor. It's part of the brain not actually connecting to tell you. Okay, just like sometimes the brain will tell you you're sleepy. or the brain tells you to go to the bathroom, or your brain will tell you it's time to eat. Yeah, my brain doesn't function like that. That's how some days I
Have you
forget to eat.
always been that way? Even when you were like a kid?
Now, when I was a child, I don't remember. I think I slept pretty good as a child. I did get up early. I did go to bed late. I didn't sleep throughout. I did get up. And that was the other thing. He asked if you have any problems where you had to get up and use the bathroom a lot. At one point, I wasn't like that. But the older you get, people, I'm just saying, whether you have MS, lupus, whatever you have, as you get up in age, things happen. And I could tell you this, when you hit 40 years old, if you haven't hit 40, when you hit 40, just expect the unexpected.
Before that,
So
you
now
kind of
I deal with, and if you guys saw my video, what was it, last Friday? My follow-up appointment with my neurologist. Yeah, my bladder, I have an overactive bladder.
I have one of those too.
So yeah, it does not. So my brain just doesn't tell me that I need to do this. It's like it's delayed. Just for example, when I burned myself, because I have no feeling here, so I'm having to think about what's too hot. I've stuck my hand in hot oil. Didn't even realize it. My husband's like, "Do you realize you got your hand in hot oil?" Didn't know it. Didn't feel it until it was fourth degree burn. Yeah. No, Taylor, everything has to do with your brain and your eyes. Your brain, your eyes, and your feet tells you a
Yeah.
lot. It tells you a lot. So, guys, Shannon Tai is my sister, by the way. Hey, sis. You didn't call me back the other day, by the way. Call me after the live.
Mm.
But yes, you have to. It does, Taylor. Everything has something to do with the brain and how it functions and what it tells you to. Because your brain is your receptor that tells you everything. It tells you to blink, even though your eyes blink, but it's that nerve in your brain that works together to tell you blink. Somebody's got their hands close to your eyes, or it tells you to flinch if something stings you or if somebody pinch you or whatever. So your brain, your receptors in your brain it does a lot. And
Mm-hmm.
so, but those were the things that he was trying to give me suggestions, but everything he gave me were things that I did anyway, and it didn't work. So then they told me that I should take medication. Now I tell you this, and you guys, I kid you not, they gave me medication to help me go to sleep, prescribed medication. It did not. I don't know if it's because I'm thinking that I'm going to miss something. I don't know if it's because my mind just never gets to that state, because it's several states to you to get to your relaxation mode. And that's when the REM kicks in. And if it doesn't kick in, it's not going to happen to me. So that's basically what happened with that. One thing I wanted to tell people, I gave you guys that list of things. So if you're suffering with fatigue, try and do some of those things that he did mention, because as I looked it up and I talked with other people, it actually did work. Oh, Taylor said, nice to meet you, Shannon.
It worked for me.
So yeah, Jasmine, I took, what is those things called? Melatonin. That was a joke. Wasted my money. It didn't work for me. She said she slept well as a child. I stayed up all night like now, but I sleep late. Yes, she sleeps late. We're opposite. She sleeps late and she goes to bed late. But if you're up for 24/7, yeah, it doesn't help. And how you know I slept well as a child? I'm older than you, chick. Hey, Short Bus, welcome. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for coming. She said it herself. I don't remember. I have to ask my mom because I don't. I do remember as a teenager, I did not. That's when it actually started. It did not. I stayed up late. That's one of the stages, Taylor. You have four. There's 4 stages to get you to your rest.
Yeah.
To get to your resting spot. There's 4 stages, and I'm going to talk about that in my next content video. So, what did you mean? I will, Shannon.
Interesting.
Yeah, but there's stages to get you there. So, guys, if you're suffering with being fatigued and you don't sleep, we all say team no sleep because we're on YouTube, but that is not the situation. I just lost Jasmine. I'll drop the link if anybody want to come up. But okay, I dropped the link. Yes. So, anybody out here that's suffering with fatigue that want to discuss or put your information in the chat? So we'll know if you are dealing with fatigue, what are you doing to try and minimize that or to get better? Oh, man. Hey, Millie Legit. Hey, how you doing? Welcome. First time I seen you in my live. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. We're talking about fatigue. So I know a lot of people on YouTube, we're actually team no sleep, but their fatigue is, we want to sleep, we just can't. And we're trying to figure out ways that we could do this to keep us from not sleeping. My doctor at one point told me that as long as it does not affect you, and long as you can do things without messing up, like running into a wall or turning a car over, as long as you do that, then it's no, the sleep problem is not a problem. But now they're telling me you need to get sleep because now they know that I'm staying up for a really, really long time. So. Sorry, I'm checking what somebody said. So, but Taylor, to answer your question, there is 4 stages to sleep. And the REM is when you have been sleep. It should occur within 90 minutes after you go to sleep. That's when you should supposed to be in your relaxed deep mode. Is within 90 minutes of sleeping. And I never even get the 90 minutes to sleep. So that's the problem. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. Somebody's texting me. You stay up too late too? Yeah. Because I've seen you in Foodie. I've seen you in there. I have seen you in there late hours. And you know what? We do function pretty well. We think we do. Oh, your computer froze? Okay. You need me to drop the link again? Jasmine, are you okay? I was playing in the playroom when everybody else was asleep. Of course. You were one of those rebels. You were one of those rebels. It didn't hit me until I think maybe I should have gotten a big, nice settlement or something early on, because when I started working, that's when it all started. When I turned 16, that's when it really hit me, because I would work. Well, first of all, that was part of my fault, because I would go. That was the reply calling you. Oh, okay. Now I would stay out all night, dancing and clubbing and partying, and I was young too. So, but when I got home at some crazy hour in the morning, I had to be at work at 4:30 or 5:30 in the morning when I was 16, and it was from Saturday night partying all night, and then Sunday morning I'm up like I got to go to work. So I go to work at 5 o'clock, 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning. Time to make the donuts. And I went to work and worked my full shift, got off, came home. Same thing all over again. So from Thursday to Sunday, I was no good. I did not sleep. I was always up doing something, shopping, going to the party, going to the park, going to wherever, so-and-so's house. So that was just me. I think that's when I started depriving myself of sleep, and my body just got used to it. But basically, with the sleep, depriving yourself of sleep or insomnia, my question was on my video, is it an illness? back then, Taylor, it was 18, and then the month I turned 18, it went to 21. But because everybody was so used to seeing me, they never carded me. Because back then, carding somebody was not a big deal. It was 18, and the minute I turned 18, it went to 21. So yes. But yes, to answer the question, so yes, it is an illness. Fatigue is an illness. A lot of the times, it's affiliated with the disease, which if you talk to anyone that has multiple sclerosis, lupus, that is the first thing we're going to tell you. That's like our biggest symptom that we have a problem with. I could sleep an hour a day. That's what I'm saying. Really legit, that's exactly what I'm saying. And that's if you even get an hour. Because all it takes is now I will tell you this, and you can answer this if you want to, Millie legit. It goes on for months and months and months and months of me not sleeping, not getting a full, let alone 5 hours sleep. It goes on for months. But when it finally hits me, I crash. And when I crash hard. And if the phone rings, if the doorbell rings, if the bird squawks, if the TV comes on, or a commercial gets really loud, I'm up. And the cycle starts all over again. Months and months and months and months of no sleep. Taylor, how do you sleep, Taylor? Because you say you have your schedule where you go to bed at 10:30. Do you sleep a full 8 hours, or do you get up and down? I know Jasmine doesn't. I know Jazzy Nicole doesn't sleep. She is definitely team no sleep. I don't know why this thing keeps cutting off. Okay, now I'm back on. So, but yeah, it's no joke. It's not. And let's see. Yeah. But no, it doesn't work for me. Nothing worked. The prescription medicine that gave me did not work. Now, you know it's bad if I take a prescription med and still do not go to sleep. Yeah, you get one good day of rest like every 4 to 6 months, if you're lucky. That is so true. That is so true. Taylor says she gets up and down and then she goes back to sleep. That ain't gonna work for me. And I'm sure Millie legit ain't gonna work for him either. Now even my husband, he doesn't he always say I wake him up when he sleep, because I will say something and it'll startle him. Like I'll come up and I'll say, "Hey, did you do so and so today?" And he's like, "I was in a deep sleep." I don't do it on purpose, but he said that I always wake him up at the wrong time. When he gets deep into a sleep, I wake him up. I'm like, "Man, I didn't know you were asleep." Sorry, I just come up the stairs thinking he's awake, and then I start talking, and he's like, "I was asleep." Okay, sorry. But no, once I'm up, I'm up. Now I may lay around, but I'm not up. Yep. Once I'm up, I can't go back to sleep. Me either. No matter how tired I am. And that's the thing. When you're fatigued, that's like being overtired, extremely tired. But if you can't sleep, that's the part that hurts us the most. So what I really want us to do is to try and come together and think of some things that we could do to try and help us, because I really do want to sleep. I do. Because that once every 4 months, that's just like taking me down. I'm starting to get gray hair. I'm not ready for that yet. But yeah, I need to get some rest because I'm starting to age, and my health condition is not even helping me anymore as well. So I need to try and get some. I'm sorry, Jasmine. I didn't see you backstage. I'm so sorry.
I switched devices while my computer's restarting itself.
Oh, okay. So yeah, Miller Legit says you saw what he said. He ain't no sleep too, and I know he is because I've seen him in Foodies jamming.
Yeah.
I've seen him in Foodies live jamming. So
Mm.
I don't know what can be, because there's no cure for it. There is not even treatment for it other than the things that they tell you to do, like go and get a massage and see if that works. I'm going to tell you the best sleep that I ever had was when I had outpatient surgery and they gave me that stuff that Michael Jackson was taking. I see why he was taking that stuff. I slept like a baby. I haven't slept like that since. And I went and I had another outpatient surgery about 4 years ago, 3 years ago, and they gave me the propofol too, and it actually put me right to sleep. And when I got out, I said, "Can y'all just let me lay in here and sleep, and don't wake me up afterwards? I promise you, I'll make the bed up when I leave. I'll change the sheet and make the bed up before I leave." They know we need the bed for somebody else, but that was the best sleep ever. I promise you. I don't know if anybody has ever taken that. That was the best sleep ever. Even when I got up, I got in the car and I was like, shh, don't say nothing to me. Let me go back to sleep. When I get home, if I cannot get out the car, just leave me in the car. Let me sleep because that was the best sleep. But that's
Wow.
the only thing that worked for me. Jasmine, what have you tried?
I've tried medication. It helped for a while, but I don't think it was the right medication because it was also supposed to help with other things. But it helped with sleep too. But I didn't always have this problem. So I find it weird that I have this problem now. Because when I was younger, I was the type that could go to sleep anytime I felt like it. And I was the type that could not function without a nap. I had to have a nap or I could not function. It was not humanly possible for me to function.
Hey,
So,
Vern. Welcome. Hey, sis. How you doing? We're talking about our favorite subject, fatigue. Vern is another team, no sleep.
yep. So I used to get up, go to school, come home, eat, take a nap, and then my mother would wake me up around 6 o'clock. And then I would do my homework and all that stuff you got to do for school. But I couldn't function without a nap. And by the time I turned 18, I just couldn't sleep. And one doctor told me my brain was like a baby,
Mm-hmm.
that I could that I would always mix up night and day, so I could sleep during the day but couldn't sleep at night. And they never really figured out why. I did have a sleep study, but mine wasn't like yours. We had to be there at 8 o'clock. I was allowed to have my phone, and they just watched me sleep. And funny about that sleep study, that was the day I fell asleep at 10 o'clock.
Because they make it where, okay, so when I did the sleep study, they had it. Now, I don't normally get cold. If my feet are warm, then I'm good. They had it so cold in that facility that you wanted to wrap up in a blanket and swaddle yourself like a baby. And that that sometimes help people to sleep.
Yeah,
Didn't work for
but
me.
but that was the day I actually fell asleep at 10 o'clock, and I slept through the night till 5 a.m. when they woke me up. And that never happens ever. I don't sleep through the night 'cause I gotta go to the bathroom about multiple times. I don't care. I don't ever sleep through the night. And then when I saw the doctor, she laughed because she was like, I thought you said you had a sleep problem. I was like, I did. I don't know what y'all did to me, but that was the only day that I actually fell asleep on time and slept through the night and did not move.
They put some
And
purple ball in your water.
they did something.
Um, Taylor says that she heard warm milk. Absolutely not. Move. Mm-mm.
Taylor, I don't drink milk. I don't like the taste of milk. Never did as a kid. So if anybody told me to try that, I would probably look at them and like, y'all got the wrong person for that. I never liked milk as a kid, so even now, I don't go near milk. And
Mm-mm.
mm-mm.
I
Now,
think my sister said it. My granddad used to give her warm milk. Never for me. Mm-mm. I do
nope,
not do milk.
nope, nope. Milk is a no.
No, can't do the milk jab, Taylor. Sorry, can't do the milk.
Nope.
Ooh.
Yep. No. No milk here.
Well, have you guys ever done a stress test? Because that's another thing that they said stress will. Hey, Pam Money. Hey, sis. How you doing? Welcome. Thank you for joining me. Thank you so much. Good to see you. I've got to come and see one of your. I've got to get caught up on your Joanne's. Your what is it called? October. Your Blogtober. I got to go get caught up on that. Um, no, they had us. They had you to do a stress test also. Good. I'm glad you're doing good.
Yeah, I had a stress
Oh,
test, but that
great.
was the reason I needed the sleep study.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. So they gave you the stress test,
Hmm.
and
Because
then
yep,
the stress test displayed that you should be able to sleep. What did the stress test tell
because
you?
it felt like every time I would fall asleep, no matter how long I would sleep, it felt like I couldn't breathe. So they
Uh-huh.
thought, based on the stress test they gave me first, that I had sleep apnea. So that's why I had to take the sleep test. And then when the test came back, all they figured out from the sleep test is that I snore. And there should be no reason to why I can't sleep. Because all they found out on the test is that I snore.
I don't snore. I sleep in one spot, and when I get out of the bed in the morning, you can't even tell I slept in that spot. I don't move. I stay in one spot all night. Um, and another part of it is that when I had to wear the heart monitor because they kept saying that I kept saying I couldn't breathe. It's 11 amazing content creators in the live, whether you're in the woods, in your car, do not watch while you're driving, in the store, in your kitchen, in the bushes, wherever you are, you made a decision to come to my live, and I greatly appreciate you. Keep in mind that I am not a doctor. If you're going to start any treatment, any medication, any um, food plans, any diet plans, any fitness plans, please consult your doctor before doing so. Um, has anyone ever tried magnolia bark tea? I have not tried that, Taylor. And you
I've
know, Taylor,
never
I
heard of
did
it.
a video on different wellness, different things to do to take to get yourself to relax, and those things just didn't work for me. It didn't work. Um, but I was saying that they told me to do stress tests to see, and I don't think that worked for me at all. They also said that I have 12 people in the chat now, so either I'm being rated or everybody is finally getting home from work and coming in. So I appreciate you being here. Um, and I forgot what I was saying prior to that. Team no sleep. But anyway, it doesn't work. Those things didn't work for me, Taylor. I do drink them. Now, I will say this, and I did a video on lavender tea. I move a lot in my sleep because I can't get comfortable. The longest I'll sleep is 3 to 5 hours on a good day. Okay, so most of yours is comfort. Hey, you guys ever thought about that what is that, the sleep number? Does anybody use the sleep number bed?
I've always wanted to try one, but I've never used one.
Wow. No, I haven't. I went in there and tried it at the store, but I didn't like the price. I say so. No. Oh, that's what I was saying. Is that I had gone into the had to wear the heart monitor, and your mind never stops. You're still thinking, even when you sleep. It's that's why they tell you not to stress, because stress will keep you from resting and sleeping. So I had to wear the heart monitor, and then one night the monitor, because what happens is, you guys may not know this, but everybody stops breathing. And when you're sleeping, you do happen to stop breathing. Don't freak out. It happens. I'm getting one for my new spot. Oh, well, let us know how that works. How the sleep number works.
Oh yes, I'm definitely curious about that.
But everybody do stop breathing, even before you're sleeping. Even throughout the day, you may not even notice it, but your heart stops beating and you stop breathing for a second or two. So
Interesting.
I had to. Stress started hitting me after I started losing sleep. Yeah, because you're trying to figure out what's going on with your, why? Why can't you sleep? Yeah, stress will do it to you. So anyway, one night I had it on, and the monitor stopped. I stopped breathing. Now, even now, I'll jump up in the middle of the night, and I have a stress ball. I normally keep it with me. I have a little squeezy stress ball. Get you some of those, guys, because I'll jump up in the middle of the night when I can't breathe or I can't feel, and my hands, everything go numb, and I just start squeezing the stress ball to try and snap myself out of it. Well, the alarm went off. Okay, Vern. The alarm went off, and they were calling. And I didn't hear the phone. My husband heard the phone, and he said, "Your phone is ringing." And I was like, "Huh?" He said, "Your phone is ringing." I didn't hear it. I said, "Well, answer it." And he answered, and they said, "Shake her. She's not breathing." And that's what they said. Shake her. She has not been breathing for a couple of minutes. Shake her. So when they got the results, and they read it off site, so that's what they keep the reading on. So I had to wear it 24 hours for like a month. And then afterwards, they sent it back to the cardiologist, and he says, "Oh, okay. So it looks like you did stop a few times." He said, "But I think you're fine." He says, "Just continue doing what you're doing. Continue to lose your weight. Continue to exercise." He said, "Because right now you got a good, healthy heart." He says, "But if you don't lose the weight," this is before I lost weight. "If you don't lose the weight, it's going to harm you to no return." So I went ahead and followed the rule. I kept losing my weight. And then when I went back to see him, I had lost 74 pounds at that time. And he was like, "Oh my goodness." And that's when he decided to endorse me so that I can put my health and nutrition manual out. So the doctors endorsed me for that. But yeah, stress will do it. And I always tell you, we only have one ticker. So if you're battling with weight problems, or if you're not getting any exercise, it is key that you get the exercise, and that you stop stressing. And I was always told, don't worry about anything that you have no control over.
Mm.
If you have no control over it, don't worry about it. It will work itself out. Either somebody will get mad at you. Oh well, see you later. But don't put too much on yourself, because stress is not good for you. So, Jasmine, after you went through all of that, you took the prescription meds and it worked. You know why it only works for a certain amount of time, though, right? Thanks, Pam Money.
Because your body gets used to it.
You get conditioned to it. And that's why it was one of the prescriptions that I was taking, and they told me to take it every day. And I said no, because I know that in 7 days, my body is going to be so used to it that it's not going to work. So why am I going to feed all of this poison in my body that's not going to work after 7 days? So I started skipping around. I said, okay, I'll take it for 5 days and then I'll stop for two. Take it for 5 days and stop for two. And that's the way but listen, if don't you guys follow that, that's what I did. I'm not your doctor. If you
Mm.
want to do something, that's on you, but please, this is what I do. I know my body, and you know your body better than anybody else. But that's what I did, because your body gets conditioned to it. So, and I just don't want to put the poison in my body. So I said, I've got to come up with good ways to do this without feeding myself poison. Pharmaceutical companies, don't come at me because you know it's the truth.
Oh, yeah.
I take this and down the line, I got to take something else. You guys know. They know daggone well. So, but any kind of suggestions that you guys have is welcome. I want to know about that sleep bed, that sleep number bed, because I've heard good things about it. I really have. And but also, you guys should always remember your mattresses has a lot to do with your sleep too, because I don't know how often do you guys change your mattress, and you don't have to say it if it's too personal for you, but they tell you to change them at least every 5 years because. And when you do have, because I have a Stearns and Foster, and they tell you to flip the mattress, just keep flip it every month, and you move it around because you don't want to get the indentions in the mattress, which means that you're gonna fit in that spot, but eventually your back's gonna be giving you a lot of problems, and you're not gonna sleep very well. So your mattress has a lot to do with it. Taking a nice warm bath before you go to bed and meditate. I got you, but I'm about to go to the store. I'm gonna leave you right. Thank you so much, Millie Legit. I appreciate you. I really do. Thank you. Let's see, my mattress is too heavy. Yeah, my mattress is very heavy.
Mm.
In the article, also say try. Yes, Taylor, that's a good one, but it has to be tart cherry juice.
Mm.
Tart cherry juice will help you with fatigue.
Yeah, that wouldn't work for me because I have a thing about red things. They don't usually taste good to me. They taste like medicine, so the cherry juice is a no for me.
Yeah, the tart cherry juice is bitter too. It's very bitter. Taylor,
Mm.
it has melatonin, and melatonin doesn't work for me at all. But if you get cherry juice, it works. And there's an article. There is a medical journal that I read on tart cherry juice. One of our presidents, way back in the day, he used tart cherry juice, and it helped him with his fatigue. I bought a new mattress, and I believe it's too hard, and that is why you don't sleep a lot. Yeah. See, I like the fact. Now, see, now you will not catch me going into nobody's establishment laying on no beds, not with COVID. Sorry. So you take the melatonin also, and yes, it never worked for me. It never worked for me. Um, but I do know if they say take a relaxing bath or shower.
Mm.
Uh, I do showers. Ladies don't normally, they're not recommended to do baths. If you do, get out and take a shower right behind it. But I'm just saying that's your health 101 for today. Um, I take a warm shower. Um, they said use this. Oh, Jasmine, you tell them about the oils that you use. You
Oh,
said that worked
so
for you.
I started using essential oils because I need sleep, y'all. Like, I don't function well when I don't sleep. So I had to try something. So I just said I saw a lot of articles about essential oils, and I follow a lot of essential oil accounts. And if you want to know about that, there is a video on my channel about essential oils and how I feel about that. But there's one blend in particular that I use that I've realized that works for me sometimes. If I do it early enough, I can be asleep by 1 a.m., which is good for me because I'm usually up till 5.
You're up until 5.
Usually. So
Oh,
if
when
I,
I was afraid to call you one night, I could have called you because I thought you were asleep.
you know, you can always call me. But the blend is exactly, I know this recipe off the top of my head. It's 2 drops of lavender. It's 2 drops of bergamot and 2 drops of chamomile, and it helps.
Wow. Chamomile tea didn't work for me. Lavender, I have lavender plants around my house. I plant them. Lavender does work for me. If the lavender tea, I drink that, it'll work for a couple of hours, not a whole lot. Not enough for me to say, hey, I slept 8 hours. So maybe 3 or 4 hours. I did a video on that as well. Um, but they said something about the ambience of the lighting of the candles and meditation. And some people say their prayers at night before they go to bed and they meditate and they pray and then they do that. I know some people does different types of scents and things like that to make it work to help them sleep. I'm just looking for that right thing to hit me and works. And that CBD oil is one. I did get it in the mail.
Yay.
I was gonna do an unboxing on it, but I need to use it. I started using it on what's today? Wednesday. I started using it on Tuesday. Yesterday. I started using it yesterday. Now here's the thing. You guys know things don't happen overnight, so it's probably going to be a couple of days before it actually hits me in a good way. So I'm praying that that works for me, but I don't want to be dependent on that for the rest of my life. I want to get myself together where I can get into bed and go to sleep like a normal person. If that's called normal, I don't know.
No one's normal, in my opinion. Everybody got something, so nobody's normal.
Yeah. But other than that, I would recommend people to, take the shower before they go to bed. A nice warm shower, and don't worry about relieve the. Now I'm going to tell you guys something. The stress will do it. But my grandfather, he got his rest in. He went to bed every night at 7 o'clock p.m. After the news, he throws the remote control on the sofa, say, y'all watch what you want to watch. He goes to bed. He's a light sleeper. I'm a very light sleeper. And he got up every morning at 4 o'clock a.m. clockwork, whistling, relaxed. He said he was just well relaxed. He loved it. And that's how I knew that he was sick when I went over to visit one day and it was 10 o'clock in the morning. He was still in the bed. So I knew something was wrong at that point. But he got his rest. And it pays a lot to our life, our longevity in our life when we sleep. And that's why I decided to do this video this week, because we got to pay homage to our health by getting sleep. Because if we do not get that sleep, it's going to take us down. It's going to take us down. And we don't want to do that. We want to get the sleep. And so I want to find other ways than having to be dependent on CBD oils and things like that. But my grandfather, he slept good sleep every night. And I know he's a light sleeper because when I would go over, his bedroom's on the front of the house. And when somebody walks up the stairs, he can hear them come up the walkway. And he'll start saying, who's that? Before you can get up there. And I would just say, Granddaddy, it's me. And he'll get up, open the door, and then he'll go get back in the bed. So he got his rest. But he told us, if you don't get your rest, it's going to take you down. And my grandfather, his family lives a very, very long time for he's got a sister now that's over 100 years old. Let's see. Taylor says they also said almond milk because it has melatonin, magnesium, and oh Lord, these words. Taylor, magnesium can increase y'all know those triathlon words and things like that.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna try to say that.
I do almond milk in my smoothies, Taylor. I do almond milk or cashew milk.
I drink almond milk, but I don't like things that are warm most of the time. So I don't
And
like my
Vern said
drinks
that
to be warm.
she gets sleepy in the daytime at 2 p.m., but she's wide awake at night.
Yep.
Wow.
I
Now, when I
understand.
first got diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, I laid around. But I never slept. I just laid around, laid around, laid around. Pam Money says almond milk only, no warm milk. And Vern is saying that almond milk, is that sweet, so sweet to you? Are you talking about almond milk, Vern? Because you know they have the one that's unsweetened.
Mhm.
But it took a long time for me to even drink almond milk or cashew milk, anything that said milk behind it, because you know my story. I don't like milk.
Yeah.
And to me, it's got to have milk in there some kind of way. It says milk.
Yeah. You can also make almond milk. It's very easy.
Yeah, so, mm-mm. Yeah, there are ways to do it. Now, the hot tea works, but when it's in the wintertime, it's good. Uh,
Vern says I'm not a cat with
warm
warm
milk.
milk.
Where's the cow? She put moo. I knew she was gonna
Yeah.
do it. Where's the cow, Vern?
You know that cow was coming.
So no, the hot tea. I never really liked hot tea, and now I've started drinking it now because of the lavender tea and the green tea and things like that. But when it's hot, I can't do hot tea. It's too hot. Um, in the wintertime, I can deal with it in the winter, but not in the summer.
Yeah.
Not at all. It's too hot already.
I can do tea on occasions.
Yeah, I can't do the tea thing. Not in the summer.
Yeah.
Um, but yes, the tea, the bath, relieve yourself of stress. And now I see why I was reading because I took Buddhism in my hey natural way, welcome, blessings to you too.
Hello, Natural Way.
Good to see you, sis. Um, I read up, I took a course in Buddhism, and they do
Mm-hmm.
their chant and things like that, and it helps them. This is my doctor. Don't know why I have the numbness in my hands and my head. So now with blood pressure problems. Yeah, is a mess. Girl, I done told you about that blood pressure. Stop using that salt, butter, fried foods, all of that. I'm just saying, I love you a long time, but you got to stop that.
I don't
Passion
like the
flower
taste of
tea,
butter.
anyone. That's what Taylor said. And then Shannon says, I love almond milk. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, teas are really good. I have one that's Asahi, blueberry Asahi, and it's pretty good too. You can drink that cold or hot. So I drink that in the summertime. No unsweet. Hey, need to do that. There's my cow. I'm gonna name that cow, Vern.
Yeah, he need a name.
I'm gonna name
She
that
need a
cow.
name.
I had high blood pressure after I had my middle daughter and cured myself. Exactly. Natural way. You're right. I tell people, and I'm not a doctor. I only tell you things that I have done that work for me. But before you try it, please get your doctor's information. Now, I'm going to tell you, most doctors do not like to hear you saying you went natural. Betsy the cow. I can't, man. I can't. But most doctors don't want you to say that you're taking. I know, Pam, Betsy, that you're doing all natural because you're cutting into their pocket when you do that, right? But some of them will. My doctor actually, I was shocked on my video when he told. I said I'm going to the chiropractor so she could snap my neck, or line me up, and he said that was a good thing. At one point, they didn't want. Okay, thanks, sister. Just text me. I see you. Thank you. Um, they didn't want you to. They wouldn't let you. At one point, he's like, "No, with MS, I don't want you to go and get adjusted because I don't want them to get around your spinal cord, your central nervous system thing. You got to be careful with that." But when he told me to do it, I was shocked. I was like, "Really?" He said, "Yeah, go ahead and do it because she's only going to snap your neck."
Yeah.
I was like, "No, she's going to adjust me all the way. I want all of that." So, hey, Shannon, she is on Instagram, and you can chat with her on Instagram because I don't think she will put it out here. And but if she wants to, you can natural way. But you can put your Instagram out there, and y'all can talk on your Instagram because I know some things they don't want to say because I really don't want it to be publicized either because I don't want to get in trouble with YouTube. Uh, My doctor couldn't help me. She kept trying to give me meds. When I went back, she was shocked. I took myself off the meds and I did not think it was recommended either. I'm not suggesting this to anyone. Yeah, but yeah, um, yeah. If you're on any kind of medication from your doctor, please, please take it how they tell you to take it. But if you want to try something, just discuss it with them.
Yeah, because it can be bad if you don't.
Because my stepfather, he was diabetic. He was his uh, insulin was so high. He drove himself to the hospital. I'm like, Lord have mercy, Jesus, be offense. How you gonna do that? But was um he was in uh, diabetic coma. He was just that close. And when he got out of the hospital, I gave him some recommendations. I told him, don't, because what he thought that he was doing good because he was eating. Oh, there you go. Oh, is that me?
I love it to show.
Oh, okay.
I hit the button.
He was eating like watermelon, grapes, um, bread, pastas. I'm like, dude, you cannot eat that. I say watermelon, even though it's a fruit, it's one of the highest, sweetest fruits that you can have because the content is of sugar is so high in watermelon. It's higher than cantaloupe and honeydew. And most people, I don't like cantaloupe or honeydew. I say, but I would rather eat that than watermelon. If you're gonna eat it, do things in moderation. So I say, and grapes is another one. Grapes are really has a high content of sugar. And hey, Natural Way, Shannon is my sister, by the way. That's my little sister.
Yeah.
One of my little
Acai
sisters.
is the only fruit that doesn't have sugar in it.
Say what now?
There's a fruit called acai. It looks
Yeah,
purple.
that's the
That's the only
acai.
fruit that doesn't. That's the only fruit that doesn't have sugar in it.
That's the tea that I drink, the acai and blueberry.
Hmm.
Hey, A Merch. Hey, sis. How you doing? Welcome, welcome,
Hello, A
welcome.
Merch.
Needed to do dinner and bedtime. I'm here. Okay, cool, cool, cool. I appreciate you coming in. But yeah, acai is a good fruit. It is. It is one that I drink in a tea, and I love it cold. It does not have.
And they make the best smoothie bowls if you're into that sort of thing.
Say that again now.
They make the best smoothie bowls if you're
Yes,
into that sort of thing.
I watched somebody's live last night. Who was it? It was Wilson for real, and they did a mukbang on Taco Bell. Taco Bell now has a jackfruit smoothie, a juice, or whatever they call it. I'm like, I love jackfruit. I have to go get that. Hey, Wendy Davis, welcome. Thank you.
But they got rid of their potatoes.
You said what now?
They used to have like food for vegetarians that replaced the meat with potatoes,
Uh-huh.
and now they got rid of all their potatoes.
Nah, I don't do Taco Bell. That's
Yeah, I
what
don't.
Steve Burns just said the same thing. I don't do Taco Bell. When I found out that ground beef was not really ground beef.
Uh
Mm-mm. No, I don't do that one. No, 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 no. But they did I want to find out how they made it. And when I find out how they made it, guess what I'm gonna do? I'm a pro at it. I'm gonna make it. And I'm gonna do a video on it.
oh.
So yeah, but jackfruit is one that I can't do. I mean, I love jackfruit, but Taco Bell is one I can't do. Mm-mm.
You can use the jackfruit for a lot of things.
Yeah,
Pork,
it's good.
chicken.
Merch. Yeah, jackfruit is a good sweetener. Jackfruit is a good sweetener, especially now with CV1. Rarely eat out. I know that's right. That's one thing Coco did for me. She taught my butt not to eat out. I eat at home. Taylor, let me see if I can find you a picture of jackfruit. Hold on a second.
Taylor, you can get it in a can now. The young
Yeah, you sure
version.
can, but I don't buy canned stuff. How you know that's what's in a can?
Because I watch other vegan YouTubers and they always get it in a can when they make
I'm
their
not doing
items.
the can. No.
That's how I know.
Here's my thing: it's processed, and because you don't know. Oh, I want something here. Dragon fruit is good too.
Yes, dragon fruits are amazing.
Oh, I hate this. Can you see it, Taylor?
Yeah, I can see it.
That's jackfruit, Taylor.
Yeah, it's not the prettiest thing, but it's tasty.
Uh, who eats a little strong? Who what? Vern. Oh, Wendy is my niece, Vern. Wendy's my niece. My whole family's showing up and showing out tonight. Hey, hey,
Aw.
hey, hey.
Hello, Wendy.
Um, but yeah, jackfruit is good, and dragon fruit is a good sweetener. Dragon fruit. You know what? You've seen dragon fruit, right?
Yes, it's the pink fruit with all
It is
in
so
it,
pretty. It's so
and it's
pretty. You don't
white
even want to.
inside.
You said who taught you not to eat out? Oh, Coco, COVID. I call her Coco because she driving people Coco for Cocoa Puffs.
Mm-hmm.
I don't call her COVID. I don't call her that. I call her Coco. Yeah, Taco Bell. Yo quiero Taco Bell. No. Yo quiero Taco Bell. No, 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 no. Not going to. Um, but yeah, some of the things that we do. Uh, um, your daughter loves dragon fruit. Yeah, it's so pretty. It's almost too pretty to cut. It's just that pretty.
Mm-hmm.
Shannon, I need to talk. Yeah, make sure you call me after the live because I got something that the siblings we need to talk about something. Oh yeah, the debate comes on in 15 minutes. I'll watch it later. It's being recorded. Um, Dragon fruit.
Mm-hmm.
But it's so pretty you don't even want to cut it.
No,
Look at all this gorgeousness. I can't get this right. Look how pretty that is.
it's very beautiful.
Beautiful. I mean, too pretty. I'm really scared to eat certain fruits because of my allergies I have to citrus. Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know you was allergic to citrus fruit. Girl, you un-American. I always knew that name had something to do with it. I was just kidding. Well, I'm allergic to strawberries and I'm allergic to kiwi. I'm more allergic to kiwi than I am strawberries.
Don't you still try to eat strawberries though?
Oh, I still eat strawberries. That
See
EpiPen
yourself?
right on point. Stand by EpiPen. But no, I don't do the kiwi. I cannot get around the kiwi because my mouth get all furry and my sister hate canned goods, so I put it in a bag. Yeah, I do that. I can't do the canned goods. Canned goods is not good for you guys. Canned goods have too many. What is that stuff called?
Preservatives?
Preservatives. Thank you. And not only that, yep, strawberries. Oh, Vern, I forgot about the strawberry. Forgot about the strawberry thing. Oh my goodness. Yeah, they have too many preservatives, but things are in the can. They've been processed. So how do you know that they had? Okay, I'm not gonna ruin anybody's dinner. Sorry, because I can get real weird without that. So I don't do the canned goods. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Used to, don't do it now. And BPA, that's right. That's right. Natural Way got it. Hey guys, check Natural Way's channel out, and she's a awesome person. She's on Instagram. She put her Instagram in the chat. Check her out. She's got really good information. She's a really good person. Check her out. They have dragon fruit drinks at Starbucks. Yeah, Taylor, they do. They do.
Starbucks costs too much money, and their stuff is extremely sweet.
Hey, Merced, you can say whatever you want. I will not stop eating. And y'all,
Too
so
much.
sweet. Hey, Deb Guest Hiding, how are you? Welcome.
Hello, Deb.
So, guys, let me run through this really quick because people are coming in. I want you guys to know I did change my schedule a little. I am going to, because I feel like I've missed a lot of you guys' content you're posting, and I feel bad about it. So, damn, it's the same here. But I had to figure out a way that I can. Um, let's see, somebody wants me to send them my link. Hold on. Hold on a second, guys. Let me send this link to. Um,
Uh, well,
you can talk, Jasmine, while I send the link.
the whole video not getting notification thing, I set up a group on Instagram for that. So that's usually how I find out most of y'all videos are up or going or something, because y'all know how the notifications can be. So if y'all leave it to me in my inbox on Instagram, it's a guarantee that I'm gonna watch it. Cause sometimes I don't get y'all notifications till like
Bless you.
three or 4 days later, 6 hours later. So
Okay. So yeah, that's hold on a second, guys. I'm sorry. So that's the thing I wanted to change my schedule around so that I can make sure that I hit everybody's, not everybody, but I want to try and catch as many people, especially you guys that are always coming over and visiting me and coming to my premieres. I definitely want to make sure I pay homage to you guys because you guys are always coming to my channel. So 15 amazing people in the live, and I totally appreciate you. You didn't have to come here, but you did. I sound like Pam Money. I need to play the music. You didn't have to do it, but you did. Love you, Pam Money. Um, but I want to try and start hitting everybody's content. I'm getting better. Um, my health is doing a lot better, especially since I've been exercising regularly. And of course, eating is not a big thing for me because eat pretty, I eat pretty good. Host, if you want me to, I'll come up for a brief moment. Sure, yes, definitely. Let me drop the link for you, Deb.
mm,
Oops, and it's taking the wrong thing. How did it put? You know what just happened? I love my Apple products, but what I was just typing on my cell phone, it pulled it right over here into the chat. I didn't ask it to do that.
you know all Apple things are connected.
Mm-hmm. I love it. Okay, Deborah, it's coming at you. Let's see. It's okay with me. Come when you can, as long as you are getting better. No worries. Oh, thank you. I am actually getting better. This one is gonna take a while because and yes, Amerch said the same thing. Yeah, thank you guys. Because it's gonna take a minute. Because this one I got to thinking and I went back because you guys, I journal a lot. I write a lot. And I went back into one of my first journals that my coworker sent to me when I went on leave of absence when I was first got diagnosed with MS, and I started writing in there, and this flare up that I just went through was worse than that one. This was probably my worst one that I've ever dealt with. Taylor, Saturday, Vern and I, we're going to do our Know Your TV, Bring Your Brain game show. So you guys make sure you come over on Saturday so we can have some fun. It's a lot of fun. Lots of fun. Deb, I dropped the link if you want to come up, dear. I appreciate you.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what's been going on here too. But this was probably 7:30.
You know, I got you
I
covered.
normally do 7 o'clock, so I think we're gonna do seven, between 7 or 7:30. Um, I'll just check and see what Vern's get because we scheduled. I think we said 7 o'clock, didn't we, Vern? I think we said seven, so it may be 7 o'clock. So I'm gonna put out a thingy, and you guys, here I come, Deb. So you guys will see it. Hey Sheila, welcome. Hey Deb, how you doing?
I'm well. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can. Welcome. I
Hello.
appreciate you coming up.
Oh, okay. I saw that your title, you were talking about fatigue. Is that correct? Excuse me.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Did you have any specifics you wanted me to share? You wanted to ask me, or
Actually, the questions were, if you're suffering with fatigue, have you tried anything to solidify to clear it up? Or what are some of the treatments? Did you do something all natural? How long have you been dealing with it? And was it because of an illness? Mine was because of illness.
okay? Yes, mine is because of an illness. I was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer 2 years ago, and I had to get chemo, and I was on chemo for 2 years. So the chemo, of course, the fatigue is one of the side effects of the chemo, and also the low blood count. I've had to have four or five blood transfusions within the past 2 years, and I still go through those periods of fatigue because what happens is the chemo attacks. Uh, it alters, I should say, the white blood count as well, and so I'll go through this period where right after chemo, I would be like literally, I would have high energy the very next day after chemo. And that's only because the excessive amount of steroids that they had to give me, because the chemo, during chemo, once I got, and twice I got an allergic reaction, and one of the times they had to rush me next door to the hospital. So they increased the amount of steroids that they give me. They give you steroids at chemo, and they give you Benadryl. But even with the amount of Benadryl and steroids that they gave me during the treatment, it wasn't enough. So they had to give me steroids to take. I had to take one 5 hours prior to chemo, and the other one 12 hours prior to the chemo. And so the steroid, so then of course they had to give me this medication after chemo that alters the white blood cell count. So it was always with the count and stuff up and down. And then I would end up after the chemo anemic, which would cause the extreme fatigue. I mean, to the point where you feel like you just want to lie down on the ground right where you are. And so after that second day of chemo, then I would be down with the fatigue in bed around the clock, pretty much almost until the next chemo treatment. And so that was not good, because what happens for me, I don't know about how it is for you, but what I found was that the fatigue, you're so tired and fatigued that the more you lie down and sleep, the more you want to lie down and sleep. And so just like I had to learn how to press through the pain, I had to learn how to press through the fatigue. Because I used to hear people saying who had loved ones that had cancer or something and did the chemo, and they couldn't figure out how I got out of bed, because they would be like, they can't get out of the bed. But I press my way, I force myself to get out, because if you don't, then you will end up that entire time. But what also helped me is that I enrolled in this exercise class, and I went 3 days a week. And the class started at 10, and I had to be, but for me to make the class at 10, I had to be up and dressed and ready to go out of bed at 8, because that's how long it took me to get dressed. And I'm not talking dressed like you're going out putting on your makeup and I'm talking just to put my clothes on. That's how bad the fatigue was. So it took me almost like an hour and a half just to shower and get my clothes on and stuff. And I had to get one of those, I got one of those 3-in-1 little seat things that you sit in the tub. Because even long after the chemo, after the surgery and all that stuff, I still have days where it's too much just for me to stand and shower. So I have to sit down in my shower to bathe myself. But the exercise, I found that it did help. And it, like I said, it forced me out of the bed, because on the days that I wasn't going anywhere and I was just laying there because of the fatigue, I would just stay in the bed. But because I had to go to that exercise class, I had to pry myself out of the bed and get there. And once I got there, you know, the exercise helped. So that was most definitely. And even like now, they have the certain gyms and things, and where I used to go is closed because of the pandemic. But I find myself having to get some form of exercise. Sometimes I don't have enough energy to go walking around the neighborhood or anything like that. So what I'll do is I'll get out there and mow my lawn. Now, I know that sounds like a lot, but I have a self-propel lawnmower that also has the thing that you could regulate the speed. So even though I'm fatigued, I'm holding on to the lawnmower. So that's helping me with the balancing issue. And I'm doing it at a slower pace, but at least I'm up and I'm moving. Right. But, you know, I don't know how it is for you, but yeah, that fatigue is really something. And then that coupled with the pain medications and stuff that make you lethargic and stuff to begin with, you know. But yeah, so that's what I do. I do find the exercise help. You have to just press your way through it. And that's, you know, and I don't know what types of pains you have with your illness, but I also have a couple of things going on that really makes that press even harder for me with the fatigue, because I have I get the neuropathy pain. So I'm dealing with the neuropathy pain. Then I'm dealing with the other pain because I had a slip and fall at work on some black ice years ago. But since I started doing the chemo, and some of the medication I take, it attacks your joints. So it looks like it's been attacking joints where I had previous injuries, and one being my hip. So between the hip pain and the neuropathy pain and stuff like that, and the fatigue, it makes the press even more so. But I find that pressing on and exercising does make the difference. And another thing is, like you said, you know, probably said earlier, also knowing your body. Yep. Because some of my fatigue was related to the low blood count. And when it's to that point, when I feel it getting to that point, I recognize it. So now what I do is I drink beet juice. Love it. And I drink the beet juice. And before it gets to that point, because like I said, not knowing at first, I ended up having to have, you know, wondering why the fatigue looked like it got even worse. Right. And just not knowing at that time my blood was that low, you know, down to like a 6. And so having to get those blood transfusions. So now I try to stay on top of that. But all of that stuff contributes to the fatigue. Yeah, that's kind of the same with me. When I first got diagnosed, I would lay around all day, but not sleep, just lay around. And my husband would always say, why don't you get up and exercise? I'm like, you don't understand, I'm fatigued. I can't. So he started going out, and we would walk to the mailbox, and then we'll walk back. We'll walk down to the next street and come back. And it took me a long time to admit to him that really helped me a lot, because it helped. And not only that, guys,
the exercise helps because me too, my white blood cell counts was like, and when your white blood cell count is low, guys, that's when you're at most danger of catching any and everything when that blood cell count is down. I actually started doing the exercise. I enjoyed it, and then I started feeling better. But on top of all of that, what you eat, and I think Deb went gluten free. Correct? You went 100% gluten free. You changed your eating.
For the most part, yes, because with me, being friends with Gigi and watching Gigi, because and that's what I love about her channel, because she tries the products before you buy them. And so that's always when you go gluten free and stuff like that, and these different things, diets or whatever you want to call them, you're always concerned about, am I going to get the same flavor? You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And so with me being connected with her, she turned me on to some really, really good products. And, a lot of times because I was too fatigued to go shopping and stuff, pretty much she does a lot of my shopping for me. So that was another thing that kind of forced me into the gluten free. With the fatigue, I had a thought, this chemo brain gets to me. My thought, it was something you said when you were talking. I'm trying to think of what it was. It was just there. About another thing about the fatigue, like you were saying, your husband was telling you to get up. Mine was to the point, it was so bad that I couldn't even stand up long enough to cook for myself. And most of the time I'm here alone, and I just did not I knew I needed to eat, but I couldn't. And I would just lay there and sleep around the clock. But I had to do something different, because what happened was I started losing weight rapidly. And so I had dropped down to like 130 pounds in a matter of just a couple of weeks. Right. And the doctors, they had to assign me to a nutritionist because of that. But they were saying they wanted me to put like snacks by my bed, little things of cheese and crackers, things like that. And
butter.
Yeah. And put that and some drinks by my bed. That way, at least I can reach and nibble on that stuff. Because the thing is, like they told me, if you're sleeping, you're not eating. If you're sleeping, you're not drinking. And so that wasn't healthy for me. And so that's why I had to figure out how to manage a better way to manage the fatigue. And once I started doing those things and the exercise and all that kind of stuff, then I began to put the weight back on and stuff like that. But it's no joke. When you just say fatigue, a lot of people think, oh, you're just a little tired. It's no big whoop, but it's a big thing. It really is a big thing, and it can really take a toll on you.
Right. And a lot of people don't realize that there's a difference when you're fatigued and you can sleep. When you're fatigued and you can't sleep, there's a big difference. There's a huge difference.
Yeah, and a lot of that was contributed to my fatigue as well, because what was happening is, and I still have that issue with the insomnia. So it was like back and forth. So like even like now, sometimes I'll stay up like today, like say if I got like yesterday, I got out of the bed at 6 p.m. From the night before. And I stayed up all night last night, and was up and didn't lay down until about 7 o'clock this morning. You see? So I have a lot of days like that where I'll go all day, all night like that. I'm up all night and all day until the next morning, even sometimes. And so that also adds to it. From being up like that. But the doctor finally gave me some medicine to take I don't know if you know about the mirtazapine.
Yes. How's
Okay.
that working for you?
Um, what I found was it's a medication that I have to take it and lie down. Even if I'm
Uh-huh.
not sleepy, I
Mm-hmm.
have to take it and lie down because it seems to have the reverse effect on me if I take it and stay up.
Oh, that's the story of me. Everything so far that I've taken, it does the total opposite for me. So
Yeah.
I don't know what it
Ye-
is. They give like with steroids, people says, "Oh, I gained a lot of weight. I was lazy. I had so much energy. I lost weight." It was totally opposite for me. I don't know if it's the
Yeah.
taste that I didn't like that helped me or what have you, but it was everything that I take is totally different, opposite for me. Hey, Sunshine people, welcome. So it's totally different for me as the average person. So,
Mm,
Yeah.
did anybody
Well,
have any questions for Deborah? Oh, Jasmine is talking. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Jasmine.
those steroids, they do everything to me that they say they're gonna do. It didn't do the opposite. It did everything that they say is a side effect of it. Now,
Now, I did not know that fatigue was one of the side effects for the steroids for the chemo. I didn't know that.
yeah.
Yeah, I did not know that. So you taught
But
me
you know
something I didn't know.
the steroids will have that you ever heard people say that they take those energy drinks and it takes them up and then they crash hard?
Yeah,
That's what the steroids would do for me.
really? Wow.
Yeah. I'd have that first day high shot till you drop kind of energy.
Uh huh.
And then the following day I crash and I would be down for days.
Wow. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's missing my fatigue. That is one of the symptoms too for multiple sclerosis patients. If you talk to anyone that has multiple sclerosis, I can guarantee you the first thing they're going to say to you is fatigue.
Yeah.
They're fatigued all the time. I don't know if it's ever going to get better for me or not. I don't know. Only thing I can do is just keep trying. I'm going to try this. I've been trying the CBD oil, and I'm going to try and see how it works. But that's the only thing I can do. Nothing has worked so far.
Yeah. That's what I'm getting ready to try as
You are going
well.
to try it? Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to see I was taking well, some of the things I was taking before I was diagnosed, I was taking black seed oil and a lot of other natural things.
Uh-huh.
And I stopped taking them after the diagnosis. Even though people say, you should still take it or whatever, but what I found was you have to be careful with that because a lot of the natural stuff you take, it has
Uh-huh.
the same, it acts just like the medication.
Uh-huh.
Like for instance, something as simple as I was drinking ginger tea with the actual ginger root, not using the tea bags.
Right.
And I asked the PA before I continued drinking it, could I drink it? And maybe she
Uh-huh.
was under the assumption that I was drinking the tea bags. I don't know. But what happened was it started acting like a blood thinner
Oh.
while I was on the chemo. Yeah. So what happened is whenever I would go get my blood work done for chemo, the when they took the blood, it wouldn't stop bleeding. So they were asking me, was I on blood thinners? And I forgot at first I was drinking the ginger tea.
Uh-huh.
And so once I stopped drinking the ginger tea, I didn't have that problem. Then another thing is turmeric. The same thing with turmeric.
Yeah.
I was drinking this, and I normally would cook with some turmeric, but I found this particular milk that I liked that had turmeric. It was Tumeric Milk. It had turmeric in it.
Yeah.
Same thing. When I drank that, went back to take my blood work again, it was acting like a blood thinner. So you have to be careful with those types of things. But
Right. Especially
I'm
if they're
gonna
organic and you're getting it from the source. Because we
right.
grow ginger and turmeric here. And I have to be
Mm-hmm.
careful with that as well. So especially if you are growing it from the source, that's at its most potent stage. When you buy the things from the stores, guys, they've been processed and taken back from different ways. So you're right about that. It is sometimes it works just like the drug.
Yeah, yeah.
So
So, but yeah, yeah, that fatigue is no joke.
yeah. Now I have a recipe for you, and I'm gonna send it to you. You on? Yeah, we're on Instagram. I'm gonna
Yeah.
send. It's called BD Sweetie, Sweetie
Okay.
Bean. It's a beet juice, and it's so delicious. You'll love it.
Oh,
I'll
okay.
send you that recipe. Guys, I wanted to tell you this. Let me see. Somebody, thank you telling me because I put turmeric in my eggs and with salt and pepper. Wow, that's some strong stuff. If you put turmeric in your eggs, wow, you're a strong person, honey. Sunshine people told me, she said hello to you, Deb.
Hello. I got
She
a
also said
room.
pepper helps absorb the turmeric.
The pepper helps absorb the turmeric. Pepper is
You
one that'll
said
help take down the salt too, because if you put pepper on it, it wipes, it takes it down in content.
oh, okay.
So if you ever put too much salt, guys, I'm going to tell you this really quick about Deb's glad tidings. If you don't know, she's an awesome content creator. I started running her. I started looking at her videos before she got monetized, and I think I lost her, but she actually her content touched me so hard. I mean, I fell in love with her just listening to her content, and she does story time, and she actually put a story together while she's on her live. So if you go into her live, I think she changed it a little because people were coming in and she would just make it up off the top of her dome and she would get it and she'll tell a story, and very interesting channel. So check her out. And Deb, if you got disconnected, I put the link back out if you want to come back up. If you don't, I appreciate you coming. Also, one of the mods in the chat, can you put Gigi Gluten Lab in the chat? That's that's the gluten free. She does cooking on her channel, and
What,
that's who
what,
Deb was. That helped her through her illness too. What did you say, Jasmine? I'm sorry.
what's the name? And I'll see if I
Uh,
can find it.
is it Gigi Gluten? Gigi Gluten Kitchen, I mean Lab. Gigi Gluten Lab, or Gigi Gluten Free Lab.
Okay.
Okay, Sunshine says she loves her too. What's her? Is that the right name for her? Sunshine. Oh, Sunshine was her featured. She featured her in her story on Monday. It's Gigi's Gluten Free Lab. Check her out too, guys, because she's really good. All of you guys are great content creators. I fell in love with Deborah Glad Tidings. I went into her live after I had been on my live for a couple of hours, and I was tired. I said, let me go check her live out because she always comes to my lives. She was coming to my mortgage Mondays, and a Monday mortgage, and my wellness Wednesdays and my fitness Fridays. So she will always pop up in my lives. I said, let me go check her out. And that particular time I went into her live and she was telling a story, and she said, eat to live strong. And I was like, did she just say my name? And she did a story using my name, and that was the coolest thing. I was like, I love her, I love her, I love her. But I fell in love with her channel when I just started watching her videos. So if you guys ever get a chance, and I'm sure they're still up, but I looked at every one of her lives. Sure. I'll drop the link back. Do you want me to put it? You want to put it in the chat, or you want to come up? Either or is fine. I'll just drop the link again. But I fell in love with her channel. And one of her first lives, and Vern talks about this too, telling people, no matter how many people you have when you go live, you act like it's 1,000 people in there. I was looking at her video, and some troll came into her live, and they were not being friendly at all. And I was like, they better be glad I wasn't there, because if I was there, I would have put them out. But she prayed for them, and she kept going with her live. And I was like, I'm gonna be just like her, because she kept that live going, even though that man was so mean and nasty to her. I got so mad at him, I wanted to look him up myself and tell him a long time afterwards. I wanted to get on him. But Deb is back up. She's gonna tell us her poem. Go right ahead, dear. Welcome back.
You know, God is so awesome.
Yes, he is.
I was in the kitchen. I wrote this poem last night.
Okay.
I was in the kitchen and I was trying to, I slept yesterday till like 6 p.m. and I got up and I was in the kitchen trying to cook. Then I was running back and forth to the computer trying to, be in people's live, listening to Minister Terrence and everything. And so while I'm in there cooking, God starts speaking to me about a poem. So he was giving me little lines. And, I was thinking to myself, you know what, later on, I'll write this stuff down. But the chemo affects your memory. So a lot of times I don't remember stuff. If I don't write it down or do it right then, I won't remember.
Right.
And so I would run from the kitchen, run out here. I grabbed a little tablet. I wrote down the first line or so. I went back. Danny gave me another. Danny also was ministering to me about my upcoming sermon. So all of this is going on. And it was like on me with this poem. And so there was like this urgency to get this poem written, right?
Okay.
And I don't know if you all know Share Bright Light.
Yes.
But Share Bright Light comes on during the daytime with a live. A lot of times I don't make lives during the daytime because I'm asleep. My clock is off where I'm up at night and sleep during the day. And I had said each time I saw her post out there, I said, I'm going to go to her live the next morning. And I never, the next afternoon early, and I didn't make the live. So she had a live scheduled for this afternoon around almost 2 or something like that. But anyway, so last night, it was like there was this urgency to write this poem. So the poem was about a virtuous woman. And it was so ironic that when I went in, so I sat down and I wrote the poem and finished the poem. And so when I went into Bright Lights, Share Bright Lights live today, she was ministering on the virtuous woman. Wow. And so I said, wow, I just wrote a poem last night about that. And so she asked me if they could hear it, if I could share it. So I went up and I did. So I'm going to share it with you all.
Thank you.
The name of the title of the poem is I'm Not Your Average Chick. A woman of noble character can a man find. She's far more than rubies. She's one of a kind. She is not your average chick, but if you're out of order, you can't get with this. Many women have done noble things. That's why he's confused about a virtuous woman, it seems. I'm not your average chick, so take a few moments and remove me from that clique. I can cook, I can clean, I can write, I can sing, and that's just a few of the gifts God trusted me with. I am more than the melody that I make. I sing for the Creator, which is why God gives me favor. I can draw, I can paint, I can dance, none of which is by happenstance. According to Jeremiah 29, God knew the plan. Charm is deceptive and beauty is fleeting, but a virtuous woman is clothed with strength and dignity. She opens her arms to the poor and extends her hands to the needy, but a virtuous woman is no slovenly lady. Many women do noble things, but none can be compared to the depth of this queen. She speaks with wisdom and her speech is bold. Following faithful instruction from the Lord is her ultimate goal as she intercedes and watches over the affairs of her household. She sets about her work vigorously and works with eager hands. Yet a virtuous woman won't let you forget you are the man. And this, my brother, you must understand. A virtuous woman is no average chick. I wish my brothers you would get with this. She will bring you good, not harm all the days of her life. A virtuous woman is who you want to have as a wife. And that is the end of my poem.
Ah! Oh, I don't have Burns pom-poms, so I'll be cheering that one out. That
was wonderful.
You did that last night, standing in the kitchen.
Running back from the kitchen to the couch. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
That was wonderful.
Make sure you put your name on that one, because that was good. Wow. You did a great job on that. I love that.
It's funny because I never I guess I never thought of writing. I always loved poetry and I would go to poetry readings, but I never saw me as a poet. But I guess if you can write, you know, you can. And so the very first poem you probably heard when you were running my playlist, the one called Black Man, Black Man.
Yeah.
That was the very, very first poem that I wrote. And then since that, I wrote the one, I don't know if you had a chance to see those. One was called Mouth Infestation.
Yes.
And the other was called Happy Being Me.
I think I saw that one. I saw all of them. So yeah.
Okay. So then it's like, I got this regular poetry. And then now God has been giving me this spiritual poetry incorporating scripture.
Oh. A Merch said beautiful. She said I had to stop doing dishes to tell her how beautiful that poem is.
Thank you. I'm gonna come down now and go back in the chat.
Okay. All right. Thank you for coming back up.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, you're very welcome. Millie Legit, welcome back. Welcome back. So yeah, guys. Anybody else want to come up and talk about their fatigue? I see a lot of you guys have been talking in the chat, which I appreciate it either way. But Deb, that was great. That was great. I really enjoyed that poem.
Yeah.
So
I found Gigi for you.
I'm sorry.
I found Gigi for you.
Oh yeah, you beat me to it because I switched over to the other tab to try and pull her up. But I'm always afraid to do it when I'm live because everybody's intro may come up and it may be pretty loud, and I didn't want to interrupt while she was talking. So, but yes, thank you for putting that up, Jasmine. So, anybody want to come up and talk about their fatigue? We've been on the live now for exactly 30 minutes. I mean, 2 hours. Oh God, I'm getting ready to do it again, Jasmine. I'm not looking at that number up there. We've been on the live for 2 hours.
Looking at the wrong.
Yeah, I can't look at that. That gets me in trouble every time. So, did anybody want to come up? Did anybody have anything else they want to say about fatigue? Now, see, Deb put the nail in the wood. She mentioned the two things that I talk about on my channel all the time. Well, actually 3 things. Know your body. You know your body better than anybody else. Know your body. Also, eating. Your eating habits have a lot to do with our health. We only have that one ticker.
Yep.
A Merch says, I am fatigued, but not from a physical illness, but from a dramatic experience. Oh, okay. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. So stress kind of like traumatic. Okay, traumatic. Is this something you want to talk about, or you just, if you don't want to come up, I understand that. But what you eat plays a big part of it, and also exercise, fitness. We have to do it, guys. We have to. Have you ever noticed that when you were young, most of us could probably say this. I know I can. We were very small. We were very healthy. We didn't have problems about weight. We didn't have problems about laying around because we were always going. Now, one thing now, and guys, the younger guys, please don't take this the wrong way, but they have the phones and they have their gaming systems and things like that. They don't even go out and play. To this day, I have a neighbor that I can, but I'll have to be quick. Okay, I'll drop the link for you. Okay, I just dropped the link. If you click on the link, it'll let you come up. But the kids across the street, their parents, and when they get off the school bus, they put them outside and make them play. And they play. So I'll go walk and I'll see them. and I will go in and I'll go and play hide and seek with them, soccer, kickball. So I love that. Let's see. Natural Way says, Deb, what an amazing story. I remember my mom went through chemo from cancer. It was hard seeing her go through. I'm trying to pay attention to both. Go through that. I wish I knew then what I know now about cancer. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely, Natural Way. Uh, let's see. I'm just waiting to see if she can come up. If you could come up, A Merch, sis, you can come up. Oh, there she go. There's my sister.
How are you? I miss
Hello,
you.
hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Cyber Hug. Yeah.
So for me, it was July 3rd of last year July 2nd, when my son, my 20-year-old, said, Mom, you have the little ones and we haven't spent time together. I want to go, just you and I, to Miami and spend July 4th with the family. And then the baby, the 4-year-old, got a fever, and I just said, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. And I should have gone with my gut instinct. And he said, Mom, I'm picking you up at work. We're heading to Miami straight after work. He drove down and I could not sleep. My heart just knew something was wrong. And he's like, Mom, you're worried about the baby, and kids get fever all the time, and he'll be fine. So we get to Miami July 3rd, about 5 a.m. I went to sleep. I'm sorry, July 2nd. I wake up July 3rd. And about noon, I get a call from my husband, said, Xavier can't walk. He can't talk. We're on the way to the hospital. And then I said, what? Okay. So then I just waited. And next call I got was from a nurse saying, we need your husband's not in the right frame of mind to make the medical decisions for your son. He saw him deteriorate. Your son is falling into a coma. Can we airlift him to Chola? I said, absolutely. And then they said, we need to do a spinal tap. I said, do what you have to do. I'm on my way. And it was July 3rd, right before July 4th. I could not find a flight. There was no way. And then out of nowhere, I just clicked again, and there was a flight cancellation, and I grabbed one for like $100. And I just got on a plane, and it's just when I got to the hospital, his eyes were open, but he was not mentally there. And I just live with a constant regret of feeling like the first thing kids do when they get sick is call for mom.
Mommy, yeah.
And I just feel just this pain and this regret that when I knew he called my name, I was not there.
Right.
Until this day, I'll sleep 10 minutes in 48 hours, like just waiting for him to call my name so that if he does call it, I can run to his room. And it's just, I'm tired all the time, but I refuse to sleep with the fear of what if he calls me and I'm not there.
Oh, wow.
So that's where my fatigue comes from. And people don't, like, right before you're live, I was sitting on the sofa and I'm holding my phone, and I fell asleep. And then I wake up like 10 minutes later. Like, what happened? My husband's like, you just were holding your phone to your face and you fell asleep, but now you're up and you're energized. And now I won't go to sleep till 5 or 6, just so I could wake up at 7 and wake him up for school.
Right. Wow. I'm sorry to hear that. And you know what your son went through? My nephew went through that. I want to say it was last year. He kept complaining that his legs were hurting. And my brother was like, oh, nothing's wrong with you. Come on. And then when my nephew stood up, he couldn't walk. He just fell completely. He lost use of his limbs altogether. And they took him to Scottish Rite or Children's Healthcare of Atlanta, whichever one, I don't remember. Mm-hmm. And they checked him for spinal tap. They did the spinal tap. They checked him also for, what is that stuff called? Oh my God, I can't think of it. But he is better. So it lasted. They kept him in the hospital and said that this is something that's going around. And I'm like, really? So I can't say I know what you're going through because I don't have children, but I know the fear, and that's the scariest thing that you ever want to deal with.
Yeah.
Don't blame yourself. Just know that you're there for him.
I try to tell myself
Right.
God did it the way it was supposed to happen,
Right.
because I feel had I watched him deteriorate, I would have not been in the right frame of mind to make the
Right.
medical decisions.
Yeah.
But it's still hard to live with on a day to day.
Right.
And
Just
his
love on
was,
him and be love on him and thank the Lord that you were there. Technically you were there for him. For you to get a flight at $100,
right.
that was but God.
Yeah. So
So
it was tough.
yeah,
I deal with it daily. And then COVID hit right around the time I said, it's time for me to see a therapist.
yeah,
But talking to someone in person and over the phone, it's totally different.
yeah,
But it does help.
yeah. Now you can do it now because they are as long as you're wearing the mask and whatnot. I don't know how you
Yeah.
feel about that, but
Well, he could have a relapse for up to 5 years. So it's like we are definitely like just staying home. So apparently it looked like an episode of House. I don't know if you remember that show,
yeah,
where the doctors are just walking in and writing possible issues like all over the mirrors, the walls, on whiteboards, and
right,
just doing tests to cut it down. And then they finally said he had, they said 30 days ago, where was he? They gave me the exact time. I said he was on a cruise. And they said, well, he got meningitis. No, they said he got Epstein-Barr virus on this cruise,
uh-huh,
which is like mono. And
okay,
his body was fighting it perfectly fine. Just like 95% of humans walking around have had mono and don't even
right,
know it.
right,
So he got mono, and then a month later, while his body was still fighting it, he got a common cold. Well, his body got confused, could not fight both. So instead of fighting one or the other, his body attacked itself. His body
yeah.
attacked his
The
central nervous
antibodies.
system.
Mhm.
And he was diagnosed with meningitis and then a whole
That
bunch
was
of,
the word I was looking for, meningitis. Thank you.
yes. Yep. And it just got out of control really fast. Like he had to learn to walk again, talk again, use the restroom. It
Right.
was from birth all over again.
Now it wasn't spinal meningitis. It was right. Because spinal, I think, is the one. Hey, Sharon Val.
It was viral.
It was viral. So he had the viral meningitis. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
So you got Natural Way of Cotty. She wants to know if she can add you and your son to her prayer list. And she says, sorry to hear that. My
Absolutely.
sister Shannon says, sorry to hear that. She will be praying. You're in her prayers.
Oh, y'all are sweet. I appreciate it.
So it's
I
a
know
good family.
it took a lot for me to come up here and say this. I've been on your chats for a
Yeah,
while.
so I'm glad you came up and said it because that's a sign of relief. So if you go home, if you get off the go home, when you get off the live tonight, if you sleep at least 3 hours, make sure you let me know tomorrow because you're covered with love here.
I will. It'll be a win.
Yeah, just let us know. So, but I'm glad you came up, and yes, that is scary. That is a scary feeling, and you always want to be there for your child.
Yeah, and
That's why a lot of people.
I used to sleep like a light, like a bomb could go off and I would not hear it.
I kind
And
of
now
remember those days.
yes. And now it's like, forget it. Like I hear a light switch and I jump.
Yeah, we sleep light because
Yep.
that's that fear of you thinking that you're gonna sleep too hard and you're not gonna hear him. Do you still have a monitor even though he's older? Do you keep a monitor in his room?
I don't. He feels some type of way about it.
Maybe you should do one the one that he doesn't know about.
The teddy bear one. I've thought about it.
Yeah, you should do something like that because in that way he doesn't know and he's still a big boy, and then that'll put you at ease. Or maybe when he goes off to sleep, put it in his room.
Yeah. Well, that's a good one too. Yeah, I got to look into that.
And then just make sure you get up in the morning before he gets up and
snatch it back.
Take it out. So yeah, definitely do that because then that way that'll give you some ease, ease your mind.
Yeah, to be
it's
able
better
to
than you having to just get up and go lay on the floor next to his bed in the middle of the night. When he doesn't know. But I think that's just a suggestion. I would try that.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna look at it. They call them the nanny cams.
Yeah, just put it in there. That'll give you a peace of mind. And even if you did that, you can just say it's cameras in the house to protect everybody.
Which we do have.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, because you can hear your cameras. You can hear everything too, right?
Yes.
Yeah, get that. Try that. Put an extra camera in his room, and then put one in baby girl's room too. So,
Yeah. So he doesn't feel
okay,
like he's.
Deb. Thank you for coming. I appreciate you coming. You have a good one. But yeah, put that in baby girls too, so then that way it'll look even. You know what I'm saying? Even.
Yeah.
Or put it in the hallway, and he keeps his door open, right?
Yep.
Yeah, put it in the hallway, facing right at his door,
Yep.
and
I
he
could
won't
do
even know
that.
it, unless he's looking at YouTube and on my channel.
Nope. He's not on YouTube yet. Sister is, but he's not.
Yeah, but that's a suggestion to do that. So then you don't have to really worry about him. It'll give you some rest because you really do need your sleep. You are on the go all the time.
I
And
know.
see, that's the thing. People, when we are not getting sleep, and people say that, we say that we're team no sleep, and just like with me, even when I was not feeling good, I get on people's lives and I sing and dance and act crazy. They don't even know that I don't feel good. And now when they see me, it's like, we didn't know you were that sick.
Yeah.
I
I
don't think
make
it has to
everybody's
look.
lives. I make everybody's premieres. I watch everything on replay. I just have the time. And then at night when I can't sleep is when I'm recording for my channel. It's like,
Yeah,
if I can't sleep, I might as well.
exactly. hmm So yeah, that's what you have to do. Stay upset, rest well, everyone. Be blessed and stay safe. You too, dear. Y'all go check her channel out too. She's a great content creator. She does story time. But yeah, I'm glad you came up though, and maybe that'll be something that'll work. Well, Jasmine, he's a how old is he? He just turned what?
He just
4?
turned 6.
6. Oh, don't tell him I said 4. So he's coming up in age, so you better do it while he's 6. Because
Yeah,
once
he
he
just
gets
turned
older,
6 on Monday.
yeah, that's right, on my husband's birthday.
Yeah.
No. After his birthday. Is that what day was that? The 4th?
The 5th.
The
Your
5th. My
husband.
husband's the 3rd.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, try something like that before he gets too old and he knows. And then when he starts closing the door, then we really know you can't do it.
Right. Then I'll be SOL.
Yeah. So you better get that sleep while you can.
Right.
So, but
All right,
I'm
sis.
so glad you came up and talked about it. That should give you some relief and try to get you some rest on that. Put you something in there, or another thing you can do is get a cell phone, have it fully charged, and plug it up and have it on. And and then you can dial your number from there, and you can
I
hear
do
it.
that with the iPad sometimes.
Yeah. So then he don't know.
Yeah,
So
I do that.
you can get some rest on that. So yeah, girl, you 2 hours. You worse than I am now. Let's see.
All right, hon.
Okay, well, thank you so much for coming up.
Thank you for
And
having me.
okay, and then I'll talk to you later. Love you, girl.
Love you too. Bye.
Okay, take care. Let's see. Deb said, let's see. No, natural way. Oh my goodness, sis. Eat to live. My mom's birthday was on the 3rd too. I think I put something on, or we talked about it before, but yeah, so happy. Her birthday was on the 3rd as well. Awesome sauce. Awesome sauce. But guys, we got 14 people in the chat, and your girl's stomach is growling. I'm hangry. Is there anybody out there that's live that we can raid? Is there anybody live? Do we know? Metro Way, I don't know. Let me see. Who else? Jasmine. Who else is in here? Burn. Anybody live? Do y'all see anybody live? I'm gonna look too. And if we find anybody that's live, we can raid them. Oh, here's Jasmine. Let's see. Hey, Jasmine.
Hello, I just wanted to say something real quick.
Okay.
The little teddy bear thing, not a good idea.
The who?
The teddy bear cam,
Uh-huh.
it's not a good idea
Uh-huh.
because it makes you feel like a kid. My mom tried it even though when I was younger, about A. Merchant's son age, it made me feel like she wasn't trusting, or I didn't want her to worry so much.
Uh-huh.
I felt like it made me feel like it made her worry more because she could watch me. But I had the little watch phone thingy,
Uh-huh.
and that worked. So if something went wrong or I didn't feel right, I could just click a button and I could tell her myself. But the little cam made her worry more than me just actually telling her what's going on or just saying something isn't right.
Okay,
But
Vern.
that cam was a little too much for both of us. So the watch or the iPad works better if they can tell you themselves, because then it doesn't feel like you're taking away some sort of independence that you're trying to give them with the whole nanny cam situation?
Yeah, see, I thought he was 4, and then when she said 6, she, told me 6. So that's why I told her to do the camera in her house, like put it in the hallway where its doors open, or do the cell phone watch thing. Because I think you were on one of my first lives, Jasmine, and it was Kitty Davis when she was on there, and she was talking about the watch that her child had.
Yep, I had one of those when I was younger. Yep, but
So,
the teddy bear didn't work.
Yeah. Okay, can you drop Minister of Terrence Thrower's link for me, and we'll raid him, because we got 13 people in the chat. Guys, if you go into the chat, we're gonna go in there and stay for at least 15 minutes, because then that way we showing love, and it helps him with, even though he's monetized, it still helps with his hours. I will go through this really quick and say that I am going to go again. I put content out on Monday, Monday, Thursday, and Saturdays. Wednesday, I go live, and then on Friday and Sunday belongs to me. Did I skip a day? No, I can't remember that.
You skipped Tuesday.
Tuesday is my day that I'm going to go out and visit my content creators. I'm going to go out and visit y'all's channels and get caught up on your videos, and so I don't disconnect from you guys, because that's what happens with YouTube. A Merch say, let's raid the joint. So when y'all go in, just remember, I'll be on every day. I'll have something every day except for on Tuesdays. And what did I say? Tuesdays and
then
Sundays.
You said the weekend belongs to you.
Yeah, and it belongs to me. So we'll get caught up. Go out there, guys. Let's go ahead and raid Minister of Music, and give them about 15 minutes. But when you go in there, just say Eat to Live Strong raid. I thank you guys so much for joining me today. And I will see you guys on tomorrow. I'll probably drop a video tomorrow. So I'll see you guys next time. See you next time. Love you.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks, Jasmine. Thanks for coming up, guys. You guys get some sleep. No more team, no sleep. We got to get this together. So I will see you guys on a premiere on tomorrow. So you guys have a good night, and thank you for coming again. God bless you guys. Lord, God bless everybody. God bless. Thank you, Vern. Appreciate you. I hope everybody get a good night's sleep. Hey, Shannon, Jasmine also does a lot of makeup, which is how Leah is. Okay, Millie Legit, thank you so much for coming. And I'm sure I will catch you in somebody's live tonight. But you get some rest too now. I appreciate you hanging out with me too. Bye, Shannon. I'll call you, Shannon, because I'm gonna eat first. But Go over to Terrence, Minister of Music channel, guys. Love you too. Eat to Live Strong Raid. Thank you, Millie. Millie Legit. I almost said that wrong, honey. Team No Sleep. Thank you so much. So thank you everybody again for coming. I see there's still some amazing people in the line. So I'm just gonna go over my schedule because I'm gonna shut down at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Monday, I'm gonna release content. Tuesday, I'm going to view your content. So that's my day to view everybody's channel that I can get to. Wednesday, I will go live, and my live is going to be based off of the conversation that I had in my content on Mondays. Thursday, I'm going to put out some more content. Friday is my day off. Saturday, I'm going to put out more content. And Sunday is my day off. So thank you all so much for coming. And remember, stay safe, stay masked up, and God bless you. I will see you guys on my next content on tomorrow. All of my content is going to be out at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but no later than 7:30 p.m. I appreciate you guys for your time, and you have a great night. God bless. See you later. Bye now.
It's 10 o'clock.
Y'all heard the timer. It's 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Have a great night. See you next time. Love you long time. Bye-bye now.